Die. How can you come here if you can run? How can you come here to see nothing? Run can kill you. Kill a man. Run can kill you. Kill a man. Hey, die. Siroga. Hey, die. Siroga. Die. How can you come here if you can run? How can you come here to see nothing? Run can kill you. Kill a
If you check the list of the poorest countries in Africa, you will find Nigeria on the #1 spot. And then you will find Zimbabwe, you will find Malawi, you will find Mozambique, you will find Ghana. You know why? Because Nigerians, Zimbabweans, Malawians, Ghanaians, you guys don't have time to stay in your countries and try to pick up your economy. You guys don't have time to stay in your countries and try to pick up your GDP. You guys don't have time to stay in your countries and fight your corrupt leaders. You guys don't have time to stay in your countries and solve your problems. You guys only want to go to South Africa. You think South Africa is the solution of your problems, of your poverty, of your corrupt leaders. You just want to go to South Africa. Now let me tell you something. Abantu base South Africa abafuni passport. Noma ungabanike passport, bazokuthola uthengise emgaqweni lapho bakutshela ukuthi hayi ungqolise idorobha ambuyele kini. Noma ungabanike yaslamu bazokutshela ukuthi hayi usinukusela ikhwapha buyele kini. Noma ungabanika i-work permit kuyafana, they just want you to go home. Bafuna ukuthi uye ekhaya but bakhathele. Nize ne-crime, nize ne-cheap labor, nize nebugebengu. Izinto eziningi lezi bezingekho eSouth Africa. Wafika nina abomafixol kumoshakalile manje. By the way, I love South Africa because South Africans, they are trying to wake you up. Vugan man, vugan and smell the coffee. Lwelane amazwe yenu, nilwele abantwana benu nabazukulu benu. Ngoma bazophila yona lempilo le yokubaleka leniphilayo nina nyamhlanje man. Whereas lento le yanyanyisa ngoma aba understand, especially laba abajolofina laba abezwa mwimaka makale.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about what is happening in South Africa in the past, let's say, year. Because I'm not going to call it what happened in the last week or this week. It has been going on for quite some time now. The refugees of South Africa are suffering. The refugees of South Africa are being executed for a crime they did not know of. The March and March society, the March and March people are marching into Durban CBD and they are harassing, they are bullying, they are executing refugees. Refugees that have never even touched weed. They have never even touched drugs before. They have never ever sat on any rights of any South Africans. These refugees that we are talking about are the ladies on the road selling fruits. The vendors on the road, the refugees from Congo, the refugees from Burundi, the refugees from Somalia, the refugees from Ethiopia, the refugees from the neighboring African countries that have settled in South Africa because they're running away from something that is in their country. For example, the people of Congo. They're running away from a war that is in their country. They find solitude and solace in the South African nation. They come here to find peace. They come here to find something to feed their family. They are not taking your jobs. They are selling in the streets. Wanauzisha barabarani. Most of the refugees in South Africa are entrepreneurs. Most of them, 99% of the refugees in South Africa are entrepreneurs. But they are being executed for something they do not know of. They are dying each and every day. They are wounded. Men are going home from work wounded. Women are going home from work wounded. I want to ask, what have they done? What is their sentence? What have they done? This has not been talked about. We need to talk about this. We need to discuss this. We need to show the world what is happening in South Africa. And it has been ignored for quite some time. I am a refugee myself. All right. I came here when I was 3 years old. 2000, 1999, New Year to 2000. And now it's 2025. How long have I been living in South Africa? I'm unemployed. I do not occupy any employment that is being taken from a South African. I'm an entrepreneur. The South African system itself, the companies cannot employ us because of our documentations. My mother has been a street vendor ever since I've known her. Ever since I've had the knowledge to know, my mother has been a street vendor. What has she done to deserve these treatments? What has she done? We need to talk about this. We need to come here and tuangalie. Tumefanya nini sisi? Tumefanya nini? I've walked into town today. Whole of town is closed. The March and March are marching into town, Smith Street, Broad Street, West Street. These streets are not known for drugs. These streets have not taken your rights. These streets are not taking your jobs. These are the streets where there is a lot of vendors on the road. They are selling fruits, they are selling clothes, just to have bread to take to their families. Just so they can live in a country where at least they won't hear the bombs at night. At least they won't be executed for no reason. But they are being executed now. Do you know what is happening in Congo? People just die for no reason. They come into your house as soldiers and they kill you for no reason. And that is what is happening now. There's no accountability of the people that are suffering. The refugee nation that is suffering. Let's talk about this. What is happening to South Africa? What is happening to the land which we see and which my father saw that is going to be peaceful, that is going to give us peace and shelter? What is happening to the land that is supposed to protect us and protect our rights? What is happening to South Africa?
South Africans don't hate foreign nationals, especially African foreign nationals. If for anything, we have absorbed them for years. We just want to see them thrive and then building their own economies in their countries instead of them overwhelming the South African system and its resources and its people and them doing nefarious activities. That does not mean that if I see a Nigerian thriving, that I won't be happy for them. I believe about close to 4% of women in Harvard are Nigerians. The Nigerians I know of, especially the women, or the ones that I've interacted with, are very, very, very smart. And these are powerful women and highly, highly educated. And I admire that about them. I think maybe they're too smart for Nigerian men. That's why they probably don't date Nigerian men. However, I'm very, very, very proud of the missus. I don't know her name. That's why I want you guys to go and watch this documentary, because I do a lot of research and I'm always watching documentaries. It's called, I'll also link it below. I'll tell you just now.
To work in Nigeria, and it's like
hold on. Surviving Nigeria, being ultra poor in a country of riches. Free documentary. The channel is called Free Documentary. It's got about 5.76 million subscribers. The way the woman carries herself, the missus, she's a billionaire, by the way, in the oil industry. Do you know how powerful and how diplomatic you'd have to be as a woman to convince a white American giant man that's very big in America in the oil industry to leave his family in America and to come work for you in Nigeria because you don't accept no for an answer? And she goes on to further elaborate that now that Africans are being much more smarter and they know how to manage their resources better, a lot of European and American and Asian people are flocking into Africa. And it's such an eye-opening documentary, and I love this for her. I wish more women to be in spaces like this in their home countries. Not to say that they catered all around the world or whatever. No. Fix your countries. And I'm super, super, super proud of the missus. I will research her name and her more.